Hi, my name is Lauren Flores, and today I will be discussing the differences between atoms and ions. To start, atoms have been theorized about since ancient Greece in 5th century BC. Now that's a really long time ago, but it wasn't until the 1800s that the science behind atoms began to be understood a bit more clearly. This happened when John Dalton undertook his experiments to form our modern atomic theory. This is why an atomic mass unit is called a Dalton. For ions, they were not fully discovered until the 1800s as well by chemist Michael Faraday through his work with electricity. He deemed that ions were the chemical species passing through solutions and had different charges such as positive and negative. Through this video, I hope we can learn what an atom is, what an ion is, the difference between both of these elements, and what the importance is of these differences. Let's start with atoms. They are the basic building blocks of our entire universe. Almost anything you see can essentially be broken down to billions of atoms. They are composed of one chemical element and have three factors to them: protons, which have a positive charge, neutrons, which have no charge, and electrons, which have a negative charge. In the atom, it is built as a nucleus, which contains its protons and neutrons, and then surrounded by an electron cloud. The positive charges from the protons and the negative charges from the electrons cancel each other out to produce a neutral atom. Next are ions. They are almost an atom, but not quite. Ions can be composed of one element or multiple elements, which would be considered an ionic compound. An ionic substance is considered an ion because it has a net electrical charge associated to it, due to either a loss of electrons, which would bring a positive charge, or a gain in electrons, which would bring a negative charge. These electrons are either gained or lost in the substance in order to achieve a stable state. So why is all this important? Well, as discussed before, atoms are the basic building blocks of everything in our universe, and ions are responsible for a lot of what we require to live. When ionic substances bond, this is called ionic bonding. This can be seen in the instance of sodium chloride, better known as table salt. This is a necessary component of food for our body. Ions, in the form of zinc, are also used in our immune system in order to strengthen it and help fight against infection. Bonding is also important in atoms. Covalent bonds are used to form carbon dioxide, an important factor in photosynthesis. Without this bonded molecule, we wouldn't have the oxygen we need to breathe. Recap time. Atoms and ions are very similar, but any atom can be an ion, while not all ions are atoms, as we discussed in our ion section. Both atoms and ions form different unique bonds based on their electron structure, but both atoms and ions are very important and essential to life as we know it. Here are my references listed. Thank you for watching.